Good evening to each and everyone.
Evening.
Good evening to each and every one of y'all. Thank you for being here. On February the 3rd, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. we'll start our workshop. I want to thank each and everyone for being here tonight. Staff, thank you. Commissioner, thank you. Madam Attorney, thank you as well for being here tonight. At this present time, Madam Clerk, recall the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Present.
Commissioner Polk,
Present.
Mayor Cowes.
Present. Thank you, Madam Clerk, and thank you, Commissioner. At this time, we're discussing the workshop tonight, the people's purpose and cooperation. Mr. Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, Commission, the representative for People of Purpose is not here at this moment. We could go on to the second item, just discussion of the agenda, of the agenda items, but once Mr. Walker, we
The prayer and then pledge of allegiance, discussion of voting conflicts, and then presentation on proclamation. We have one tonight. I'm all right, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Okay, the Martin Luther King Oratorial Contest Awards. Opportunity for the public to address the commissioners and the consent agenda in reference to commissioner meeting January the 6th, 2026, and approval of the city commissioner agenda February the 3rd, 2026. Mr. Manager, having a deletion or addition to this agenda.
there will be some additional items that's not listed under the manager's report that I will just give an update on to the commission.
All right, thank you, Mr. Manager. Resolution 04-2026. Madam Clerk, read for the record, please.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, establishing and approving a senior minor home repair program to assist low and moderate income senior homeowners living within the City of South Bay, providing for an adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Manager Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, Commission, during the budget planning process, 2025, the commission, it came to the commission about a minor home repair program for the senior citizens in the city of South Bay. We've presented this policy on several occasions. It is now coming to you for your final consideration. Any other recommended changes that will come about. So just in conversations with the commission would say that the total program funding is $30,000 for the fiscal year. Assistance will be provided on a first come, first qualified basis, subject to available funds. The maximum assistance per household shall not exceed $1,500. That's from hearing from the commission and those that have provided input. The criteria, qualified applicants must meet all of the following. Residency must be a legal resident of the city of South Bay. Age, at least 67 years of age at the time of application. Property must be owner occupied and serve as the applicant's primary homesteaded residence. Household income must not exceed 80% of the AMI area median income as defined by HUD. Only single-family owner-occupied homes are eligible. Mobile homes may be eligible if the applicant owns both of the unit and the land. That's one of the different. So this minor home repair program, the senior, the age, and mobile homes are sort of the major differences, and the dollars. Those are some of the major differences. First, with the understanding exactly what minor home repair dollars will go, that the commission repair is funded. The program is intended for minor 20th century repair. One, safety, 22, and 20 accessibility. Examples include, but not limited to, repair or replacement of unsafe flooring, steps, or handrails. Minor roof, not a full replacement to stop leaks. Plumbing or electrical repairs addressing safety concerns. Ability improvements. A window or door repair to improve security or weatherproofing. So those are just some of the things that the applicants must complete application process. Applicant must complete and submit a minor home repair program application with the required documentation, including proof of age, ownership, income, and residency. City staff will review applications for eligibility and conduct a home inspection to determine scope of work. Approved applicants will be notified in writing and repairs will be scheduled based on available funding. One of the other differences is if this is approved by the commission at the $1,500 amount, that is a total of 20 applicants being selected. Those expected like all the approved applicants to the commission, and the commission would make their selection of those 20 residents for the minor home repair program. So that would be another difference versus the ARPA minor home repair program. So this is being presented to the commission for your discussion and final approval tonight.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. We do appreciate that, sir. Any questions at this present time from the commission for Resolution 04-2026? Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As I had before when we had this discussion about this program, the of the $1,500,
Commissioner, pull your mic down a little.
the $1,500 have to be fronted by the first. I have a problem with that because we have seniors that the reasoning for this assistance can't afford the minor repairs. So other than that, that's the only issue that I have with this program and the application qualification.
Question your problem that you have with that is in reference to once if they have home repairs and they're $1,500, then what you're saying that you got a problem with them reimbursing it. I mean they're bringing the invoice and then the city reimbursed them. And then I know when did in Oxford we did money up front. Is this what you're saying, that we need to do the same thing in reference to those individuals who qualify for this particular program?
Yes, because that's the purpose of them, reaching out for assistance because they don't have the funds. If they can front up the 15.
Man, do you have any comments?
I hear all the comments and then I'll respond, Mr. Mayor.
All right, that's the only one, Commissioner King. Commissioner Pope?
Yeah, just following up off King said. So if we could just get an update on how it worked out before with the ARPA, with the funding that was given out, because I know that I have also I met with city manager to try to get that same understanding, and I want him to share that information with the public. That what happened in the past is kind of like we don't want to see the money not be used for what it's supposed to be used for. So I want to hear more about that publicly, and then also, so I think you said, Mr. Manager, that the commission is going to make the final selection of the 20 homeowners.
That would be the yes. Short answer, yes.
And I was just wondering, based off of what criteria we're going to select them.
Okay, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Manager, going back to what Commissioner King and Commissioner Polk is referring to in the ARPA program, I understand exactly what you're all talking about in reference to the money up front. One of the biggest hurdles that we had during that particular time period, money was given to those individuals up front, and the work wasn't done. And I know that we had to go through a legal aspect in reference to a situation that took place within the city of South Bay, where the money was given to, where the money had already been given to that particular person, the check had been signed by that particular person as well, and in reference to that particular that one incident. And want to make sure it don't happen again. I do sympathize with each and every one of you all in reference to money up front to start your project. But we want to be cautious about that because I don't want to see us going back to court again where money was paid to an individual. The work was done by a contractor, and the money wasn't given to that person or wasn't paid for that person at that particular time period. So these are some of the things that we have to really take a look at and then really focus on it, and see how we can work around that to make sure it don't happen. I can't say it won't happen, but there's a possibility because we wasn't expecting that to happen during that particular time period. But it did happen, and we had to go to court in reference to that to prove that the money was given to the resident, and the resident did not pay the contractor for doing the work at their home. Mr. Manager, you can continue, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The reimbursement is the will of the commission. If that is a modification, the commission would like to see as the monies provided up front, that motion could be made as an adjustment. So that's why this is being presented to the commission.
Okay.
I only, from an administrative perspective, with the way it worked with the ARPA dollars, we were giving the residents $5,000 and $3,000 was fronted in order for the residents to get started. Once their individual projects were completed, the rest of the dollars were refunded, given to the residents. It is so. What the mayor stated, yes, that did occur, but I know and understand it's only $1,500, and if that is the will of the commission, then we could make that change. It is with the understanding that you're trusting that the resident is doing what they say they are going to do. At that point, there is no more check and balance on the city side, because for $1,500, some of those items would not require a building permit. So if you're replacing one door, you're not pulling a building permit for one door, so we can go and check if that's being done. Replacing a toilet or a cabinet doesn't require a building permit, so that is something we would, from the city's perspective, it's not required for us to go and check, and just to ensure that it was done. So this would be done when you do a upfront. It is done on a trust factor and just a good merit. That is fine, but those are the things that we would run into if it's not done. Now you're just gifting $1,500. One thing, it would also, the resident that would be selected would receive a 1099 at the end of the year. Excuse me one moment. Excuse me. At the end of the year for that contribution that was done. So it would have those things also tied into it. If that is a desire of the commission during the regular meeting, that motion to make modifications to it could be done at that time. Now, as far as the commission making the selection, we do believe that you should be involved, because this is a commission-driven project, and it is something the commission set aside and wanted to get done. You should, staff is just under the impression that you want to have a something in that as to ensure it's being operated the way you intended it to operate. So that is the only reason. It is not to exclude the commission from the selection process. So that's the only reason it's being presented to the commission, making the selection for those 20 residents, barring just staff bringing back 20 applications for approval and for consideration to the commission. Because we do believe, when you look at the eligibility criteria, you're going at 67 years of age, resident of South Bay, 80% of the area median income as defined by HUD, single family owner occupied homes. That is going to yield you more than 20 applicants. So for us as a staff to dwindle that down. We just feel that that's going to be a challenge without commission having some input in that project, in that process. So that is one of the reasons the staff wants to bring it back to the commission for your input.
Yeah, give us the hard job. I understand.
You're good with that, sir? Commissioner Polk?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner King, you had something else you wanted to say?
Yes, about the upfront cost. Could we suggest that a direct pay to the vendor since the work is gonna be done by the vendor? Could it?
Oh, I apologize. I was about to. I was speaking in the middle of you speaking. I said I apologize.
Direct vendor pay. Since there's a possible issue with providing the funds upfront to the residents. If there's a vendor that is required to perform these repairs, what about just supplying the pay directly to the vendor instead of the residents directly?
The challenge in doing that is it would require the city to contract with that vendor to make the payment instead of the homeowner. So now we get into different level of contractual obligations between the city and that vendor. The other side of it could be some homeowners may go and buy that toilet themselves and install that toilet themselves, and it doesn't require a vendor. Now, if that homeowner goes to the hardware store and bring the receipt, not so much bring the receipt, asking the city now to get into to buy that toilet for the bathroom, you could possibly have an audit issue at the end of the program when your auditor begins doing your why city buying a toilet. Of course, it would fall under and have its justification, but now you've created a different level of accounting and tracking of the dollars versus just you gave $1,500 to the resident, or why you buying the toilet, why you buy. It just opens you up for different measures of accounting. So there's a possibility it could be done, but there are some challenges and other sides that come with that as well.
Oh, okay, thank you. What about the joint check payable with the contractor and the check payable to the contractor and the resident?
Again, they may not hire a contractor. If you're not hiring a contractor, $1,500, I can tell you now, it may not be enough to hire a contractor and get that work done in order to meet the need that the resident is looking for. Because installing a toilet, and I'm using that number because toilet installation, if you're not doing it yourself, there's one toilet. Once you buy it and install it, it could cost you, just you buying it could cost you approximately $600. But now you're going to get someone else, you're only getting one toilet, and they're going to cost you another $250 if you're hiring someone to install it. So you're not getting the best use of your dollars if it's only one toilet. Now, if it's cabinets or you're trying to do a ramp at your house, that ramp may cost you, if you're doing it yourself or you can work on it, it may cost you $2,500 for a ramp versus you getting this and now you're going to pay somebody some additional dollars. So all those factors could come into play once that resident has been awarded the agreement. now use, okay, what are you doing? How are you going to use the funds? If you have a quote you're going to bring in, then yes, there's a possibility of doing a dual check. If you're only going want the city to go to the Home Depot and buy it for you, then of course we could go over to the city. The city, someone could go with that resident and make that purchase, and the resident could bring all their things back. So all those factors, all those factors could go into play. It's just a matter of what that resident is going to do for us to assess the whole situation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Manager. So you're saying, now with this program, they are not required to have a contractor versus with the opera fund, they had to have a contractor. So if they're not required to have
May I answer that part of that question first? Because that is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying they are not required to have a contractor. I'm saying this $1,500 for whatever that resident is opting to do may not require a contractor. With the other program, people were getting windows installed, roof work done. It required contractors for some of the work they were getting done. So no, there's no, I'm saying that they don't need a contractor.
Okay, thank you. Again, so majority of the minor work might not require a contractor, right? Is what you're saying?
I can only speak in a sense, yes. It all depends on what the resident chooses to do. I don't know what residents need.
So without a contractor and they're doing the work on their own, I still have an issue with them fronting up this money, because if they didn't need the assistance, they wouldn't be relying on this program to help them.
Understood. And that's what I stated during the regular meeting. That motion could be made if the commission choose to go in that direction. So I clearly understand it. And then the documents could be changed with that motion. Or if that's a consensus tonight, this item could be pulled from the agenda and brought back showing no reimbursement. There still needs to be a consensus from the commission stating that. I heard the commission, and I went back and I listened to prior meetings. I did not hear a consensus on the removing of the reimbursement part of the conversation. I did hear you state that, but I did not hear a consensus. So which is why I did not move in that direction. I heard a consensus from the commission on the dollar amount. It was either $2,000 to $2,500, $1,000 to $1,500, and the $1,500. So I put in the $1,500. What I heard a consensus from the commission. So that is why I moved in that direction. So it is not to overlook the reimbursement piece. It's only making a administrative decision based upon the consensus heard by the commission. So if there's a motion desired in order to make it $1,500 up front, then that is the will of the commission. You put that in the motion, and we will make the modifications in the agreements that this commission select in order to be funded for the minor home repair program.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner King, and thank you, City Manager Kalman, and thank you, Commissioner Polk. Vice Mayor, do you have anything that you'd like to say in reference to this particular resolution?
For an adoption of representations, providing for an allocation of funds, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Manager Kalman.
Mr. Mayor, rather quickly, I want to correct a statement Staff is recommending
Thank you,
approval of
Commissioner.
resolution
We'll continue on.
05/2026. During the last year, what I expressed to the commission here is something that I did manage a threshold administratively and just know some of the residents move forward with this. However, that is somewhat accurate. However, it only requires and said, why are we anything over $3,000? However, I did not receive a call from admission. I received the ice machine resident purchase being presented to the commission. We did that reading and reviewing the agenda. So I want to let you all know, and just in full transparency, we are here with bringing the 3S2 as well as the recommendation for the $4,183.49 for the replacement of the ice machine. Staff is recommending approval.
Make a motion to reference
Also, it was a local vendor, South Bay resident,
we continue with our
that
workshop.
provided the ice machine to the city.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. We only have 2 minutes. I'll make a motion to adjourn the workshop and we'll reconvene at 7 o'clock.
Moved.
Moved by Commissioner Polk.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor McKelvin. Workshop adjourned. We'll reconvene in the next 2 minutes. Good evening to each and every one of you all. Thank you for coming out tonight. We really do appreciate you for being involved in our commissioner meeting at this present time at 7 o'clock. And I just want to say thanks to the parents. Thank you for being with your kids in reference to the oratorical contest. They did a fantastic, good job. And young people, thank you for being here as well. Vice Mayor from the city of Belgrade, thank you for being here tonight. And the others who came here to join us at the commission meeting tonight, really do appreciate you being present. Mr. Hightower, I think I seen him just a few minutes ago. Oh, thank you for being here tonight as well, sir. Mr. Jackson, thank you for being here also, sir, tonight. At this present time, we'll start our commissioner meeting at 7 p.m., February the 3rd, 2026. We're going to have a roll call. After the roll call, we have the prayer by Pastor Commissioner Polk, and then the Pledge of Allegiance of flag. Madam Clerk, we call the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Present.
Commissioner Polk,
Present.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Present.
Mayor Cowes.
President, thank you, Madam Clerk, and thank you, Commissioner. Let us stand, please.
Father, we thank you for who you are, for who you always have been, is now, and will be. Realizing, God, that you are supreme, we ask in your wisdom. We invoke your presence tonight. We ask you to bless us as we do the business of this great city. Bless the stakeholders, the residents, each and every one represented on this desk tonight. Father, we thank you for every word that will be spoken. Let it be for the betterment of our community. It's in your son Jesus' name we ask these blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Polk, for that wonderful prayer, because that's one thing we always do when I start our meeting, 7 o'clock. Prayer must be presented in this particular chambers. This present time, we continue with our agenda for the night, the disclosure of voting conflict. Commissioner King.
None, sir.
Thank you, Madam. Commissioner Polk.
None, sir.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor McKelvin.
None, sir.
Thank you, sir, and none for me either. We will continue with our presentation of proclamation. Madam Clerk.
It is the MLK Oratorical Contest Award.
Okay, Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Commission, I'm not going to take any of the thunder from Rosenwald Elementary School. Ms. Lucinares and her team. I'm also not going to take any thunder. I see you snuck in here, Ms. Moore, as well. So at this time, if Ms. Ruth Moore, the sister of Dr. Esther Berry, and Ms. Sandra Lucinares could come forward as to prepare for your oratorical presentation and of checks and certificates to the awardees. I may not have done that in order as you desired, Ms. Lucinares, but you can come on and make any corrections. 'Cause I saw your face. Oh, Mr. Hightower, I do apologize, sir. That's what happens when you step out. You miss what you.
Good evening,
The
everyone.
people.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, well, good evening again. It's so nice to see everyone here. On January the 8th, we had our 41st Dr. Esther E. Berry MLK Oratorical Contest. Thank you. It was wonderful. We had 27 students to actually participate, and they did a fantastic job. Parents, you should be proud of your children. We certainly are. And it was a pleasure putting this all together again. So we're going to start off with the winners. Starting with the K through second category. I must read the theme, though, for you to let you know what these kids had to research. So for the K through second, the theme was, who was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Our first place winner was Layla Camel, and her award is $300. Layla, come up, please. And parents, we want you to sign the form in the back before you leave, okay? The second place winner in this category was Layla, where are you going? Come on back here. Jordan Baker, $275.
What school are they from?
Rosenwald Elementary, of course. Both of them. Both of them. Okay, third place, please forgive me if I mispronounce it. Danina Brown, kindergarten from Pioneer Park Elementary. $250. Not bad for a payday, huh?
I'm so sorry. Dr. Mateer, will you please come up? Dr. Mateer is out of Trust in the Soup, and she supports us with everything that we do at Rosenwald. Hey, Doc.
Okay, for our third to fifth grade category, Justice Davis is not here. She's the fourth grader at Glaze School. Of course, she gets a hefty $350. For first place. Tied for first place is Conrad Mills, fifth grader at Glaze School as well.
I'm so sorry. This is the third through fifth grade category. We're going to ask our third through fifth grades to please remain standing.
Second place winner was Taylor Risper, from fifth grader at Gladeview Elementary. $325. And our third place winner, Joshua, is not here this evening, and where's he? Where Come on, Joshua. I didn't see you. Ortega. $300. How about that? Let's give him a round of applause. And by the way, their theme was, if Dr. King was alive today, what changes do you think he would be most proud and happy to see? And they gave some great speeches on that. Thank you.
Yeah, but I need another picture.
Oh, come on. Congrats. 6th to 8th grade category. First place, King Green, 6th grade, Glen State School. $400 he gets. Congrats. Second place, Kyra Ransom, 8th grader, Lakeshore Middle School. $375. Third place, we have Kai Hall, 8th grader, Glaze Day School. $350. Congrats. This way, the money's that way. Thank you. Okay, their category was, Dr. King demonstrated courage throughout his life. How would his influence impact you to become a responsible student, good citizen, and young leader in our schools and communities? Thank you.
Hey, great job, guys.
And our final category, 9th through 12th. Our first winner, I don't see her. Her name is Persia Green, 11th grader, Glade Central. However, her father's here, right? Okay. She gets $500. Second place winner, Precious Vickers, also 11th grade student from Glade Central High School. $475. Their theme was, if you had to choose to invest more time in either your mental or physical health, which would you prioritize and why? And they were just terrific. As a matter of fact, those two have been competing for the last 2 years, I believe, or so. Same two students. So we have one more year with them, hopefully. Thank you all so much.
I'm so sorry. Will all the contestants please come to the front again?
And could the commission step down as
And
well?
commissioners, please step down. Mrs. Moore, will you please come to the stage or to the front?
All right. I'll take 3 steps back.
You know nobody can see.
Go ahead. I'm standing up.
All right, look this way.
Thank you all.
Hey, so for a minute, I asked Mrs. Moore to remain here. At the beginning of this, sometime in the summertime, we didn't know how it would affect us with Dr. Berry passing away. But Mrs. Moore, as well as her sister, they stepped in and they continued the legacy of Dr. Berry. And on behalf of Rosenwald, as well as the city of South Bay, we would like to present this Lifetime Service Award to you, Ms. Moore, for continuing the legacy of Dr. Berry, as well as your family. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Stay there.
Mr. Collins, before you do that there.
Dr. Mitchell.
Ms. Moore. Can you bring your friend with you as well? Ms. Moore? Bring her here, please.
Seventh grade.
Thank you so much.
Any words, Ms. Moore?
Also on behalf of the Glades region, I would just like to express our heartfelt support that this commission and the Berry family has always given. It is a wonderful experience. If you've never seen that Martin Luther King celebration, it is a wonderful experience to watch these children share their memories of Dr. King and share their heartfelt talent and their oratorical gifts. So next year, it was a full house this year, but next year we want to pack this house out. It is a wonderful time, and I think we should acknowledge our children a little bit more for their dedication, their tenacity, and their oratorical skills. So let's give it up for them one more time. I also would like to say that this does not happen everywhere. I've had 24 years working on the coast over there, and the children do not come out and participate like this. So I find it to be an honor that our children still find meaning in these oratorical contests, and I hope that we can continue to do that. But we do it because of this commission and the family of Dr. Berry. So thank you again on behalf of the Glades region.
I would just like to say thank you to the community for all of the care that they gave my mom and my sister over the years. I'm very appreciative, and it blessed me. I didn't come to the oratorical contest, but I did view it, and it just took me back to when I was 11 and going to school here in the Glades. And for those of you that may not know, my mom actually named Rosenwald Elementary, and it's always been close to our heart. So I want to thank the community that care for my mom and sister. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Roosevelt Elementary School. Thank you, Ms. McTeal. Thank you, Mr. Hightower, and your staff as well. And most all parents, I want to thank you also for being a part of your young people's life, and young people to continue to do the wonderful thing that you're doing each and every year. I just want to say one thing in reference to a dear and wonderful friend of mine, which is Dr. Esther Berry. Well, we served together on this dais here. before she passed. We served together for 23 years together on this particular dish, Dr. Berry and I. We had the greatest time to share some conversation between her and I. And the wonderful thing that she is doing and she continues to do within the city of South Bay. And one thing about Dr. Berry wasn't about herself. It was about about the residents in the city of South Bay, and the youth that goes to Roosevelt Elementary School. She kept that in her heart. Those are my babies at Rosenwald. And we'll continue that legacy in the city of South Bay. And I'm asking each and every one of you all to make sure that our kids are part of the oratorical contest every year at Rosenwald Elementary School, because it means so much to me. It means so much to these commission and the staff, and especially our babies within the city of South Bay. I do appreciate you all coming out tonight. I appreciate you all for being so supported. Ms. Mathieu, thank you. Thank you, and Ms. Moore, for being here. Not only just for one school, for all the schools in the Glaze area. You all have done a fantastic and a great job, especially in the Grays as well. And I do appreciate you all for the work that y'all do each and every day. But tonight, it's a children's night. It's their night. So again, let's give them a round of applause, because they did a fantastic job this year. I know that school tomorrow for the kids, the parents, if you want to leave and take your kids, you can do it at this present time if you so desire. If not, you can stay for the remainder of our commissioner meeting tonight.
And to the parents, I heard the challenge from Dr. McTeer, Mr. Hightower, Ms. Moore. Come out, sign up, January 2027 oratorical contest. Give everyone else a challenge for that token of love and appreciation. So come on out, get ready, start working on it, working on your oratorical skills. And I do believe that your oration is going to be great. And come win that money.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. We'll continue with our agenda for tonight. Opportunity for the public to address the commissioner, Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir. We have Mr. Abrams.
Good evening.
You have a mic, sir.
It's hard for me to be here today.
Can we give your address, please, sir?
Timothy Abrams, 260 Southwest 7th Avenue, South Bay, Florida.
All right, thank you, Ms. Abrams.
Hard for me to be here today. I just drove back from Orlando, taking care of my mom. I get a call this morning about my cousin who passed last night.
Yes, our condolences.
And to see the things that I just heard from the commission about what's going on in South Bay.
Yes, sir.
To come and have to bring this to the commission, it's somewhat embarrassing. Last week, I spoke with the last commission meeting. I spoke with you guys, and you asked me to go and meet with Mr. Campbell, Mr. Collins. I did that. I set up a meeting. Well, while at the meeting, I met with Mr. Campbell, not unbeknownst to me that they were going to bring Mr. King in the meeting, because the meeting was between Mr. Collins and myself. When I got in the meeting, I was greeted by Mr. Campbell. I was greeted by Mr. Collins. He had to step out for an emergency with a notary public. He had to sign off on somebody. Mr. Campbell stated to me, "Let's run this, man. I got somewhere to be at 10:30. I say, okay, it won't take long. That was my comment. So I began to explain to Mr. King, but I asked about why the records coordinator was not engaging with activities like kids. And he's evidently asking a salary. But I've never seen a child at that park. I said, Mr. Cameron, when I was at the commission, I've seen adults, and I've seen this, you didn't say a word. His response to me, my thing was, I don't answer if you ask me to come and speak to somebody. So I said, this meeting is adjourned, and we can discuss it, because I saw it wasn't going in. I would do so. I left the building. You disrespected while I was there also, in the manner in which Mr. Collins that day stepped out. Everything I said, I called for to explain to Mr. King in public forum. Because I did what you asked me to do. Mr. Collins called me and asked me if I can rectify this. And I told him the only way I can rectify this.
Mr. Abrams, you had 3 minutes, sir, and that was your 3 minutes.
I'll be back next week.
All right. Thank you,
Mr.
sir. Go ahead, Jeff.
The next person, Mr. Wilcher. Janaris.
Who's the next person? Mr. Wetcher?
He said,
He's okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Eiffel.
Good evening, Mayor, Commission.
Good evening, Ms. Ifield.
Yes, Annie Eiffel, Director of Healthier Glades. I'm here to give an update on some upcoming event that's happening this Saturday. February is Heart Health Month. And so there's a lot of activities going on in the community promoting a healthy heart. We know that we suffer a lot from hypertension and cardiovascular disease here in the Glades. So on Saturday, there's an event where you're getting a chance to participate in a health event where they're doing circulation checks, they're doing blood pressure checks, they're doing diabetes A1C screenings, they're also doing having vendors with resources. They're also partnering with Digital Vibes to do an exercise activity. It's going to be at Friend Village in Pahokee from 11 to 3. I do have flyers. I'll leave some in the back so that you can share with everyone. Also, there's a mammogram bus that's going to be out there. So if anybody is in need of a mammogram, they will be out there, I think starting at 9. But you'll be able to get a free mammogram. You need to bring ID and insurance card if you have it. If you don't have an insurance card, they still can see you. But they also always ask for ID and insurance card. So I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that. I'll come back at the next commission meeting to talk about the Let's Move campaign. This is something that I've been working on for the past couple of years since I've been the director, to promote healthy activities, healthy eating, healthy behaviors, so we can get our community more healthy. As you know, we do not have a lot of healthy eating options here in the Glades. We did partner with Digital Vibes to bring, to have 2 instructors to provide physical activities out here in the Glades. The chair yoga on Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 5, and Zumba right now for the month of February is in Pahokee at 6 o'clock. So I just wanted to make sure that the community was aware. I'll make sure I put the flyers in the back. Thank you guys for this opportunity. It's great seeing you. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Ms. Ifield. Do appreciate that. Ms. Ifield, I was met with a group in Tallahassee there for the Alzheimer's, and they have a bus as well.
Yes.
And they want to bring it out to the Glaze area. I think that you probably have worked with them before.
Actually, the bus will be out there this Saturday in Pahokee, and they are working with us to come out to all the communities.
Okay.
So, yes, the Alzheimer's Center, the purple bus.
Yes, a purple
Yes.
bus. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Madam Clerk.
Miss Betty Bernard.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Miss Betty Bernard, 270 Northwest 11th Avenue in the great city of South Bay. I'm coming before you. I was listening as you was talking about the minor home repair, and I have a few concerns about that. And I know the city and nobody else is just going to give away $1,500 or $1,000. Now, I know my concern is, if you're giving that money, is there going to be a paper trail? You don't have to answer, but these are things. Will that come up in audit? Would that affect the budget, the audit, when they go over it? Will the applicants, the commissioners will be deciding who will get the money? My question is, how will you determine that? Is there a date? Is there a time when the application is turned in? Or are you just going to pick some random people? Now, if some people are overlooked because they turn their application in first, it's going to cause a problem. So you need to think about how you're going to determine that. The other thing about the $1,500, is that going to be something annual? I read something that said next fiscal year, so I'm wondering, is it going to be something ongoing? And as far as, again, $1,500, how much materials are you going to purchase with that? And how are you going to pay the person? Because that person is not going to work for free. So those are some of my concerns when it come down to issuing out money. And we want to make sure that we know that we don't have a lot of resources in the city, that we can have money. We know that there's going to be some problem with property taxes. So my thing is, we don't need to be wasting money. We need to be preserving money. So if emergencies come up, where are you going to find the funds? So, thank you.
I thank you, Mr. No, I appreciate it.
We have one more, Mr. Jackson.
Good afternoon, Mayor,
Good afternoon, sir.
Vice Mayor, Commissioners Polk and King, Mr. Campbell, and Miss Olivia. I want to speak to you tonight on an item that came before you. The last time was the last commission meeting regarding access along Southeast 2nd Avenue. Well, hopefully I can get through this. I kind of put these down real quick so I could make sure I can get through in my 3 minutes. My maternal grandparents migrated to this area over 82 years ago. And my father came to this country in 1956 as a teenager offshore worker from Jamaica. I've lived here for the majority of my life, and specifically at 430 Southeast 2nd Avenue for the past 21 years now. Actually, March 1st will be 29 years. I clearly remember the day I toured the property and spoke to the then owners about how important it was to me to have a property at the end of a street. I eventually purchased the property after being assured that the Southeast 3rd Street was abandoned and prevented access as a through street, because that was very important to me. I even purchased the lot next door to kind of prevent from having a neighbor directly in that line. I'd say I clearly understand the dilemma that the Castaneda family and business find themselves with the closing of Southeast First that serve as the ingress egress in both their residence and business. I've actually met with them a couple of times and made efforts to try to assist them. During last month's commission meeting, it was clearly determined that the family should contact the Water Management District to request a form of extension to that closing and request an adjustment, a pushback, if you will, to the actual gate that would ultimately provide access to their properties. The day after that commission meeting, that all seemed to have changed. This last month has caused me, my family, and those living on Southeast 2nd Avenue, especially towards the south end of the street, a great deal of discomfort, frustration, and danger. Even after agreeing to allow residential access to the family, posting of no truck signage, non-stop truck to include heavy truck traffic continues and has tremendously increased every single day to a point where it's creating daily traffic jams in the front of my house, with constant north and southbound traffic bottlenecking at my driveway. I've had to actually block my driveway to prevent constant driving in and through my house, and even parking in my front yard and driveway. The amount of traffic in the last month supersedes.
Mr. Jackson, your 3 minutes is up, sir, but I want to address something with this here, what you're talking about, because it's very important, because I've been in your area as well. Okay. And I definitely want to make sure we get some clarity on this situation here, because I agree with you on that, what have taken place, because the morning I went to right in front of your house, I parked in front of your house, and they had a truck there with a tractor on it coming in there to just grade the road there, to trying to make an easement in there. But I want the city manager to speak on this here tonight, sir, because it's very important to you and your family, and it's very important to the city as well, because this individual was talked to about that particular area. It seemed like he wanted to take it upon himself. They're trying to make a road. But I want the city manager to address this at this present time, if you don't mind, sir.
I don't mind, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Mr. Camel has been very receptive.
Okay.
He's answered every email, every inquiry. He's provided updates as he's been given them.
Yes, sir.
My only concern, and I will be quiet now, is that the property owner is in violation of code, of city code. The manager outlined that code violation in the meeting, the last meeting. It seemed as if the property owner is taking to just do anything as he wants. And if corrected, it could put the city in a predicament legally that they don't want to be in. So
The project with the fence, and I do appreciate that, Mr. Jackson. And I know I told you once I got an update, I would give it to you. So forgive the 24-hour delay on this update. I'm at this moment. But as of yesterday, within the next 2 weeks period, the Water Management District is going to, there's a right-of-way dating back to a 1968 permit. 1968 permit, updated in 1991 with a right-of-way for the city. That is going to require Water Management District to acquire some additional material. The city, additional material to close in that right-of-way and readjust it so that the Castaneda family would have access and give the roadway, the right-of-way back to the city as well. So the holdup now is the Water Management District fulfilling that obligation with material. That's going to happen in about 2 weeks time period. In the short term, yes, we are going to continue writing citations when the officer is in that area. We're trying to address it with the Castaneda family as much as possible and eliminating the heavy truck traffic in the area. We're not winning in that fight because the deputies don't live on the street all the time to where they're able to just stand there and write tickets. The Castaneda family is stating they are communicating with the drivers that are coming. It is a hardship caused on that residential street. The correction is going to happen once the district acquired the additional material to block their right of way, because I'm not negating any of that. In the short term, in the immediate term, the city issue is providing service to the waste receptacle. As of this morning or today sometime, we have acquired a key for. However, if we don't lock it during the day, Water Management District is going to drive, and they're also going to lock it. So I don't have an answer beyond we are policing, enforcing the ordinance for that residential street. But yes, it is. You can sit there, you can watch it. It is occurring, and it's not only, it is all the residents on that street that we are hearing from with the truck traffic on that roadway. So I cannot give a magic wand and just eliminate it like I want to. I'm just trying to get that roadway open so that the traffic can continue in the direction that it's going. Now, even once that gate is open, Mayor and Commission, You still have the truck traffic issue. It is not going to go anywhere because we still got to rebuild that roadway. Not to, because this was part of the manager's report, but not to change the subject from what's happening at this moment. That hardship, there's a possibility we can increase the enforcement on that road. We can cite from code, we can cite the family, need a family, but it is getting them to comply. Even after all the citations, getting them to comply is proving to be a bit challenging. Mayor and Commission, I would love to tell you, I would like to sit here and tell you to go and have a conversation with the family, with the Castaneda family, but I also have to tell you they have hired counsel. So I would encourage you not to have those conversations, because we, city attorney, the district attorney, and the city manager, we are having conversations with their attorneys about it, and we are telling them daily that they need to tell them to stop the traffic. It is a little just non-compliance that's happening. So yes, Mr. Jackson, there is an issue that's happening. The roadway is abandoned. That should not have been the case. In a conversation with Mr. Jackson, very clearly dating back to the original owner, he shared with me there was never an access there for public use, only for the owner that the owner was using to move between his properties, the site, his area. So we have a non-compliance issue. It's being it's being policed, it's being managed. In that way, the deputy is writing tickets. I see the emails and the calls. So when the ticket is written, I get an email from the Castaneda's family. You're still writing tickets. And I said, they should not be going through there. We have a non-compliance issue that is happening due to the district closing the gate. Now, I also would, in that same vein of conversation, the district has been communicating with the Castaneda families over 10 years about coming into compliance with their right of way, which pushed the issue a little harder, and why they are also pushing back a little harder on the gate installation is because the Castaneda family, and to the Castaneda family that's listening, this is truly not something I'm just calling you out on, and I'm not like I'm bashing the family, but just the truth is the truth, and these are the facts. They did not want to come into compliance. They fought back on the district as well with cleaning the right of way, moving things away from the canal as asked, and off of the district property. So this is an issue that date back to 91, 68, 91, 99, 2006, and we are now in 2026 where gloves are off with the district, and they are forcing that, and the hardship is falling on the residents on that street, even when the city is writing citations and enforcing its ordinance. There are trucks going by. We've also shared with policing that area at a certain time. Calls happen. Things just happen to where the deputy is not able to just sit there and draft the citations. So all those factors are centered around what Mr. Jackson is sharing regarding the traffic concerns that's taking place on that street. But Mayor, Commission, it is an issue. We are looking at it to the best of our ability here from the city side, and the district is using their strong arm. The city is pushing as hard as it can. You just have non-compliance at the end of that street.
The history, and I'm really concerned when they drive up and they block the driveway and I have to wait or blow to get out of my driveway. I've had insults hurled, thrown in the yard. I've had the barricade that I put up in front of my yard. Mr. Jackson, you know, the thing about it, Mr. Kim, I remember that you received a letter and he said, Mr. Ramarco stated that he told the trucks not to enter that particular property, sir? Off Southeast Second?
Yes, sir.
And the thing about it, why is it he accepting these trucks? And he stated to himself, he stated that he had informed those individuals not to enter that Southeast Second Street.
I can't answer the why, Mr. Mayor. It's
Have
the
a problem?
why,
I do have a problem with this here because he made a commitment that if no trucks, no heavy trucks will enter that particular street. And he's still allowing it because he accepted no trucks there. If see a truck is coming down there, I think it's his responsibility to come outside and tell them, no, you cannot. I'm not, you know, I know it's his business. I understand that there. But the thing about it, he got to work with our residents as well in reference to Southeast Second Street and him accepting those big trucks up in that particular area.
Mr. Mayor, he started off good. The first week, no trucks. He posted a sign himself.
Yes, sir.
Over and above what the city posted at the front of the street. But as the days went by, I guess he was in a position where he was potentially losing business. And after that first week, every day since, the truck traffic has increased exponentially. I have 100 photos of trucks and videos showing the back and forth, the ingress, egress, the tearing up of property, the parking on property. So again, without being remiss, I will give all credit to Mr. Campbell for being on top of it, but it's an issue. It's not going away until it's completely addressed and some other alternatives are given. I'm concerned about the kids on the street.
Yes.
I'm concerned about my personal property and family and all the others that live along that street. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Mr. Jackson. We do appreciate it. Bring it to our attention, sir. Madam Clerk?
That would be all, sir.
That's it. All right, thank you. Thanks to each one that came up and shared their concern in reference to the issues here in the city of South Bay and what they're dealing with as well. I do appreciate that, and we're going to continue trying to focus on these things that you're about before us tonight. And thank each and every one of you all, Ms. Ifield, Mr. Abram, Mr. Jackson, and Ms. Bernard. Thank you for bringing this to us tonight. We do appreciate that. We'll continue with our agenda for tonight. Consent agenda. Commissioner meeting January the 6th of 2026 and approve our city commissioner agenda February the 3rd, 2026. Mr. Manager, you have some addition in reference to the consent agenda tonight, sir?
Just some updates, Mayor, on the manager's report, but no additions or deletions.
All right, thank you. May I have a motion and a second to move the consent agenda to the floor for discussion on approval?
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Second.
second by Commissioner Polk. In addition, questions per the consent agenda? Here none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin?
Yes.
Mayor Cowes?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, City Manager Calma. Thank you, Commissioner, passed by all commissioners. Our resolution 04-2025, Madam Clerk, read for the record, please.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, establishing and approving a senior minor home repair program to assist low and moderate income senior homeowners living within the City of South Bay, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Mr. Manager, I know that you brought this before us in the workshop in reference to this resolution 04. You explained everything. Now, I have a motion, then we go into discussion. I have a motion and a second to approve resolution 04-2026.
Moved.
Moved by Commissioner Polk.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor McKelvin. Any discussion at this present time? Start with Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As I stated earlier, I support the program, but I don't support the reimbursement.
Okay. Commissioner Polk?
I will reiterate what I stated during the workshop, which is that I have a concern of the city, especially from this seat as treasurer. I just don't see us passing out $1,500, not knowing or not being able to track that the residents are doing the right thing, especially when this has been an issue in the past. I'm pro the program as it's written here. I will support it as it is written here. I do realize that, as was one of my colleagues mentioned, it may be a challenge for some of the residents to come up with $1,500. I believe there's other ways around that, but we got to cover ourselves and make sure that we are doing what policymakers do, is put together a proficient policy that protects the city. So I support it as it is.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Poe. Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry that I came in a little late. I had some family issues. In regards to, I think we might need to kind of slow down a little bit, workshop it again some more, and then bring it back. Especially when you talk about seniors, that 1,500 is going to be, especially when you talk about seniors, that 1,500 is going to be added to their taxes, which is going to make it their income $1,500 more. I just think we probably need to table this and then workshop it again, and then move forward.
Okay.
I don't think we need to be in a rush to.
We have a motion on the floor and be in discussion at this present time. Now, I heard two different things from Commissioner King and I heard from Vice Mayor, and I heard from Commissioner Polk as well. By hearing this discussion tonight in reference to the $1,500 there, I think that's what our biggest do things the right way. Like I said, that I don't know whether people are going to do the right thing or what we encountered in the opera fund. But I would like to table this and we have another discussion in reference to this resolution, and then we'll move forward from there, if it's all right from this commission at this present time. And if I can get a motion to table resolution 04 from this commission, I really would appreciate it.
Well, you have to act on the first motion.
The first one, okay. Thank you, I'm sorry. Okay, we have a motion. Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Pope,
No.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
No.
Mayor Cowes.
No.
Now,
Move that we table it.
I second that motion.
We have a motion on the floor to table resolution 04-2026. At this present time, we have a motion by Commissioner Polk and a second by Vice Mayor McKelvin. Any discussion in reference to table this resolution? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Pope,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Commissioner King, what was the vote?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it passes 3-1 to table resolution 04-2026.
4-0. Everybody voted yes.
Table. She said no, right?
she said yes to
She said
table.
yeah. Okay, so, I'm sorry. So it voted. All commission voted to table resolution 04-2026. We'll continue.
Mr.
Resolution.
Mayor, if you would you this item to come back at your February 17th commission meeting not commission meeting, but workshop?
Yes. Want to bring to the workshop. That's correct.
Thank you,
sir.
Mayor Commission.
Thank you, sir. Resolution 05-2026. Madam Clerk, read for the record, please.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, rectifying the purchase an ice machine from CCAC Repairs LLC, $1,183.49, for providing for an adoption of representations, providing for an allocation of funds, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. May I have a motion and a second to move resolution 05-2026 to the floor for discussion and approval?
So moved.
Moved by Vice Mayor Calvin,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pope. Any discussion at this present time per resolution 05-2026?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner King. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Question for manager. Just need some clarification on this purchase and emergency purchase for the city procurement policy.
It's not an emergency. At the previous, I asked for consensus considering the ice machine wasn't working at the time in order to move forward with the purchase of the ice machine. The resolution is coming back to you all ratifying the purchase of the ice machine. It is within the purchasing authority of, it is within the procurement policy that anything over 3,000 requires 3 quotes up to $9,999. This purchase is $4,183.49. It is not an emergency purchase. You're only ratifying in order for us to, from a check writing accounting perspective, you're ratifying that purchase of the ice machine.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Commissioner King. Thank you, City Manager Campbell. Any more discussion per Resolution 05-2026? Here none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes, thank you, Madam Clerk. It passes 3-1. We'll continue at this present time. The ordinance, no order tonight. Roosevelt Elementary School report, no report tonight. Financial report. Do you have any discussion at this time, Mr. Treasurer?
Looked over the report, and I don't have any questions at this time.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. City Clerk's report.
This month, the 20th Read for the Record will be held on February 26th, 2026. Ms. Bent is the coordinator. If any volunteers want to sign up, they can get with her. No, that'll be it.
That's it. Okay, thank you, City Clerk. Any question from this commission per the City Clerk's report? Commission will be a part of the Read for the Record as well, along with some city staff members. I think the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department and the Fire Department will be helping this year with us in reference to Read for the Record. City Manager's report.
Mr. Mayor, just a few items. I'm going to work in reverse, and then we're going to close out with the city clerk's position and sharing that information with the commission. Would like to let the commission know that January 29th, well, not January 29th, January, as we were returning from Palm Beach Day in Tallahassee, the city manager was notified by the Department of Financial Services, Chief Financial Officer of the state of Florida, Doge. We were Doge, one of the 39 municipalities here in Palm Beach County that received Doge, and our ARPA, American Rescue Plan Act funding for the minor home repair program. All the programs under the ARPA is being audited, and that is, we had a week to compile all of the information. I would like to say that it was easy to compile because of how our record keeping was in place with the American Rescue Plan Act funding. It was easy to provide that information to the Doge office. That is not the first time our ARPA program has been audited, and it may not be the last. However, I do want to let the commission know that we've submitted all of the documents. Only thing we've heard is that it's been received. And as the project the audit is moving forward, the Department of Financial Services audit is moving forward, or as information comes back, I will be more than happy to share that and just keep the commission informed on it. But I did not want you to not be aware of the notification and the response to the city. So there's no concerns from the staff side of the program, but we are going to be in compliance. You know, they're doing what they are asked to do from their office, and so what the electors have mandated that department to do. So that project is moving forward. To the parents and the residents that are listening in, but let me go back. If there are any questions regarding that the commission may have, feel free to have that conversation with me, but I do want to just give you an update there. to the residents, to the parents of graduating seniors. I know you saw my little ugly face out there on social media asking you to get your kids to submit their application for the scholarship program. The closing date is March 1st, somewhere in March, but it is posted on the city's website. There is approximately $10,000 set aside for high school graduating seniors. Now, the only caveat is you must be a graduating senior with meeting those requirements from the city of South Bay. Have a 33493 zip code. Doesn't matter which school. As long as you are a resident of South Bay, you're graduating and you're able to meet those requirements as outlined on the scholarship application. So please, if you know of any residents graduating, have them submit. And so we could ensure that those dollars are being utilized to assist those residents.
Mr. Manager, one question. The deadline for submitting this scholarship is what date again, sir?
March 1st, I think it is. Yes, March 1st is the deadline. Also on yesterday, we had a H2A housing meeting. I know the H2A representatives came out to the last meeting and the commission asked for them to come back and give an update at this meeting. However, you will have that update at the first meeting, April 2026 is when they will return with more information in order to answer some of the questions that were asked by the commission, and staff is working alongside to compile all of the information in order to move forward. But they will be back first meeting April 2026 with an update on the H2A housing and how we're able to get them to assist from the city's perspective in moving and answering the questions.
Mr. Manager?
Yes.
Before they come back on April 2026, can we make sure that nothing is being moved forward with them constructing the building for those beds and them just going forward with the issue? Because I'm not for the H2A housing.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how the other commissioners and the mayor feel, but I'm against it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor. We will ensure that doesn't happen. I know some of the things that they will need. One is a building permit. Not saying people don't work without them, but this level of work that's required in that building is going to need a lot more than a building permit. So I can assure you those things won't take place because there are some other tenants they have that's going to have to move out in order for them to meet that need, to meet the mini remodel. But definitely we will ensure that no work is taking place prior to them coming back.
Mr. Manager.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you, Vice Mayor. After speaking with you about where they want to place these beds at, we have another business next door to them. In fact, two businesses. We have the Hugh Branch Packing House there, and then we have Grid One, a business next door as well. I'd like to hear those owners hear whether they are agreeable with something taking place next to their business in reference to H2 workers housing. I'd like to hear some information from them as well, sir, if that's possible.
Yes, sir, and that's why they are not here at this meeting, because the statute requires 300 foot, the property owners within 300 foot of what's being proposed to provide input, and that hasn't happened. No letters have gone out, so all of those things must be met prior to it coming back at your April meeting as well. So those are the things that's why it's being pushed back, so they could be in compliance in getting responses from the property owner, the adjacent property owners.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna come back to this, but just so you all can think about it, we're going to talk about NLC travel for March. But while you're thinking about that, I'm going to move on with some other items. Today at about 7:37, somewhere around that time, 7:37 and 8, a.m. this morning. I know everyone you have that foul odor here in the chambers. The AC unit has finally met its lifespan, and she fought back this morning, and she had some fiery words for us. And she is no longer going to breathe at this moment. So we will have a decision being presented to you on an emergency in order to repair that unit. We cannot turn that unit on in the condition that it's in. So if you saw the fire trucks here, that is the fire, the reason for the fire is set aside. No, we did not have a fire because we were at work and we were able to find it. There was an email from USDA, and they ran their number for an incident occurred. We can move the unit here in the chambers. What is the reason for the smell? The $1 million, cannot turn that $1 million agreement. Hopefully we have an award letter. So you're going to have to make a final decision. However, with USDA, we ran their numbers. We returned our estimates from the city side to construct in order to was not comfortable in the chambers. Right now we do have one quote construct $21,000 between in order to replace the unit. 13 other companies have come out today in order to give us match, assess the unit requirement. Now one company having to make a recommendation project unit that's upstairs, $1 million remain upstairs, because that's $1 million keeping it held up in that area from USDA, bringing it downstairs, not construct the facility. We don't have a cost on removing that. How we are proposing altogether, but demonstrate assessing it, and we will bring that back to you. So we do apologize that the room and the air in the room is not as comfortable tonight. However, it could have been more uncomfortable if we were trying to make everyone comfortable at that time, and it would have been extremely uncomfortable. Yes, sir.
Do that unit connect with the substation, Palm Beach County Sheriff Department?
No, sir.
Just standalone?
It's a standalone unit.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So we got that one. You have been presented with the rebranding campaign at the last meeting. So tonight, everyone received, I took yours. Everyone received a draft guideline for the public-private partnership, unsolicited proposals, solicited bids, and evaluation process. City manager and staff, we are having a lot of meetings with investors. Those conversations are taking place. We don't have the best tool in-house to guide us through a public-private partnership and accepting those proposals on a larger scale. Why am I bringing this to the commission tonight is approximately 8 months ago, the city attorney and I, as we were talking with the proposed developer of the Park of Commerce, some of the things we were talking about, we're embedding them into the economic development agreement and the purchase sale agreement. However, that is the Park of Commerce. Maybe we're selling that $80 million away to that, trying to sell that piece because there are some other that end user for the developer have or the project. Or in addition to doing that, the last item is a public-private partnership for the infrastructure projects. There's an opportunity for a P3 project that could possibly assist with the funding of the Tanner Park site, the new facility, Emergency Shelter Care Center. So I am presenting to the commission, and I'm not leaving the rebranding campaign because all of these things will work in tandem. as we rebrand the city, get to a point where you're able to fund and construct the community center as we move South Bay to the next level. Mayor and Commission, you need to look deep within yourselves. We could send $1 million back and not accept it, and we're not put in a position of trying to find the funding, and because that funding is, if we have to use a line of credit or a loan in order to pay it back, we are going to put it on the back of the residents. And I know you have fought against that, but you look deep within yourselves, and I am going to come back in the very near future tonight and ask you all for direction, because if it's USDA funding, they're looking for, if it's USDA funding, they would like to know that answer, because it triggers certain environmental questions that must be answered in the application process. And it would be good to know that information in advance before. But I can tell the commission that the $2 million you are currently receiving from this, you currently have an award from the state. It's going to cover some of the environmental processes, and the state environmental review done within the state funding. The USDA stated that is, and we will have almost mirror what they would require reports in place in order to move forward. Completely mirrors that. So I know there are a lot of different pieces that I just laid out, and I'm doing it to the best of my ability and trying to keep it as clean and clear as possible. But I welcome any questions and conversation from the commission as you review the public-private partnership, because that could take some strain if we're finding an investor or that private funder that would assist. It would take a lot of strain off of the residents in order to construct your emergency shelter care center. So that is why this item is coming to you. And I don't like to put too many different major policies in front of the commission to review at one time. And I also don't like trying to work on all of them at one time in order to move them forward. However, to move some of these things forward, we have to work on multiple policies and projects all at the same time. I yield for questions, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager Cameron. That was a lot of information that you rendered to us tonight in reference to these particular projects that you're trying to bring in. And, I know that we're looking forward to that emergency shelter in the city of South Bay. The design is beautiful, and I would love to see it, come to reality within the city of South Bay. And tonight, I'm just urging these commissioners here, we heard the other mission that the city manager gave us tonight, and just look at these particular items that you want to come back and share something with the city manager, how you feel about it, and which direction you would love to see us go. Let's do that, Commissioner, because there was a lot of information that was rendered to us tonight, and you can't grasp all that at one time. So in dealing with the USDA, we don't want to send no money back. Money was awarded to us, $1 million was awarded to us. And then the city manager said about the $9 million, they're looking at from $12 to $15 million. There's a lot of stuff that we have to take a look at. So I'm encouraged each one of the commissioners to just think about it. If there's any questions in reference to anything that was said tonight by the manager, please take out the time to come visit the manager, or call him, or whatever way that you have the opportunity to speak with him about these particular items. That's all right with the commissioners.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Right.
Thank you. I had a question.
Yes, sir.
How did they get from 9 to, they saying what, 12 to 13? How did they get that number?
That will come out in some additional meetings. However, I am able to say, just by being in this space, everyone has estimators. So when you do multiple construction projects, you're able to read a unit cost and then do your calculations based on the square footage. Because now I can tell you, we were looking at one point, looking at just from road construction, $115 per linear foot for asphalt. Now, just based on bids, we're up to about $185 per linear foot. So you see the numbers come in, and you're just able to do estimate and do the calculations based on cost today versus our numbers from cost yesterday, 2 days ago. So, yes, sir.
Any additional question to the commissioner? From the commission to the manager?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Polk?
I mean, I heard you, Mr. Manager, about you want to hear back from us tonight.
Yeah, just let me know if you want to. I heard the mayor say he wants to move forward. Do you want me to? Because the meeting with USDA, I think it is scheduled February 19th. So I do need some type of response by February 19th to share with so you have a week, February 19th, to share with USDA as to how that funding direction you would like to move forward.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that we're exploring the P3 policy. Like the Vice Mayor said, we don't want to send any funds back. And so my only recommendation would be, if we do decide to go that route, we're putting in like a mandatory feasibility analysis for any projects up to $1 million, just to make sure we're not inadvertently coming back with someone who don't have the funding and it falls back and we're in debt because of it. So just exploring it a little bit, getting a chance to really just look deeper into it, but I'm not opposed to it. I'm excited to see us exploring that.
Thank you, Commissioner Polk, and thank you, Vice Mayor. Commissioner King, do you have anything able to say?
Pretty much the same. I'm in agreement with bringing the center to the community, but I don't want to be rushed to make a decision that I haven't had a chance to really research. So I'm not ready to make a quick decision that fast without researching it.
Thank you, and we're not asking no commissioner to make no quick decision in reference to this whole thing. We just want to make sure we have dialogue with the city manager in reference to how you feel about different things in reference to these particular projects he bringing before the commission tonight. Thank you, Commissioner. City Manager Campbell, that concludes your report, sir.
No, sir. Just last two items. I will share with the commission the CDS award, the USDA Rural Development Award information, the direct loan and the funding process, and also share as of today and effective until March 31st. The interest rate is ranging from 4.5% to 4.75%. And all of those who've done this before, that changes daily. But right now, the interest rate ranging 4.5% to 4.75%. Now, it does not, going in that direction, it does not keep us from being able to apply for grants and get other awards. So we're not just locked into that with the USDA funding. So there are some new things out there because I want to just call her name, and I want to just say USDA, but I have to represent the agency. They were stating it would not lock us in. We are still able to make application for grants. That's just one of the ways we can move forward quickly. But also, as you dive into the P3 policy, that is finding that investor that has an interest in order to do an interest and the dollars to assist in the funding of that project. So interested in moving forward. I'm glad you all interested in moving forward. Excited about it. Just let me know which direction prior to the 19 you would like for me to explore with USDA, or whichever direction, so it could trigger any environmentals. Speaking on environmentals and the Tanner Park site, in that meeting this morning with the state, the holdup, that's a holdup. And every party, the state, the city, Department of Commerce, they all know that it's a holdup on it. The environmental engineers, that is just it's an active park. 2, it is an active brownfield site as well. The arsenic levels are low, but it exists. It is meeting some, as the state environmental engineer said this morning, it is not like any sites that they've worked with in the past. So it is a phenomenon. It's a unicorn, being that it's an active park and has the amounts of arsenic on it, which is 8.5, and we need to get it down to 5 or is that 5? One way those numbers are, I can't tell you, but it's reachable. It's just a matter of it exists, and it is a brownfield site. So the challenges are there, but we are pushing through them, and everyone wants to close this project out. And it's just on Friday, we're having a conversation with WGI, legislative government affairs person, in order to have a conversation with DEP. So happen we were talking about environment. I did not want to just leave the information out there since it was on my mind, but I will have more concrete information at a subsequent meeting regarding that site. Mayor, Commission, as you're aware, this is regarding the NLC travel that's coming up in March. You've made some assessments in your budget. So, Mayor, I need now, if you're able to, from the commission, so we could make travel arrangements as to, I think it was budgeted for this commission for 2 commissioners, 2 elected officials to attend. If we could, staff could get from the commission tonight who is interested in attending the National League of Cities Conference in March, so we're able to register and make all necessary arrangements.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. Commissioners, you heard in reference to the National League of City Conference, who all are interested in going to that particular conference? We said about our budget as well.
I mean, you said 2?
Yes, sir.
I'll yield. I don't have to.
Okay, Vice Mayor yield. So,
I'll go, Mr. Mayor.
repeat that again.
I said I would take that trip.
You would like to go?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Are we gonna, cause the new commission will be in by then, right?
March
Well, yes, yes.
I'm not interested, put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The new commissioner won't be in time for registration. Okay, I would say that. Because we're going to do the registering this week.
It's up to you 2 gentlemen if you'd like to go.
Yeah. I think I heard both of them say yield.
I go next time. The Lord's will.
Yes, well, I'm going at the end of this month anyways.
Okay. You have to say to Mr. All right. Okay. So, Mr. Manager, since we're going to have 2 representatives, I go with Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mayor. We will make those arrangements. City Clerk would communicate with Commissioner King in order to make those arrangements, and we'll keep pushing from there. Mr. Mayor, Commission, last item. I know I've been talking a lot, but I'm done after this one. As directed by the commission. As directed by the commissioners, city manager on January 20th, 2026, and the interview panel consisting of Mr. Ed Kerr, Ms. Crystal Review, interview evaluation, and Ross Campbell conducted interviews with applicants. The recommendation of the city manager for the city of South Bay. Following review of the submitted applications, public interview completion of the city commission. Olivia Mejia, Jessica Figueroa, and Antion Bradley. These candidates have demonstrated the qualifications, relevant experience, and competencies that align with the requirements of the position in accordance with the city charter. The appointment of the city clerk is the responsibility of the city commission. Proceeding with public interviews will provide the city commission with the opportunity to further assess each candidate's professional background, leadership approach, and overall suitability prior to making a final appointment. To further assist the city commission in its preparation for the public interview process, staff is submitting 5 proposed interview questions along with 2 proposed interview dates, which would be Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 at 6 p.m. and Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. The proposed questions and dates are provided for the city's commission's review and consideration and may be modified at the commission's discretion. So what you would have in your packet, Mayor, Commission, are the public interview questions. There are 5 questions there. You have the scoring sheet overview is provided to the commission as well, and the interview score sheet for the city clerk's position for your review and consideration as you move forward. However, the candidates are awaiting a public interview date. The manager has provided you that time period, those proposed dates, but if there's any changes this commission would like to see to that, staff would make all necessary adjustments and notify the candidates based upon your discussion here tonight, Mayor, Commission.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. I do appreciate that, sir, and thank you for this package that run to each one of the commissioners. Commissioner, I think that the city manager have proposed 2 dates in here, February the 17th at 2026 at 6 p.m. and March the 3rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. So what is your preference in reference to those dates?
Mr. Mayor, if I may, this missive was drafted before the commission made the determination to bring back the minor home repair program at your February 17th meeting. Just consider that, and that date may need to change, but definitely I did want to share this missive was drafted before that workshop was, that resolution was rescheduled for the February 17th workshop.
Is it possible we can do it March the 3rd? Is that all right with you all?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. March the 3rd, sir.
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m. That's written.
Thank you, Mayor, Commission. Those, you review those questions, and I can go over the questions because it would be, it's up to you. You could email me any recommendations regarding the interview questions, and we could include that information. Now, it's a question per commission is what I was really trying to position us for that evening, and just keeping it at a good schedule so you're not here asking a ton of questions. I think that you will find those 3 candidates are extremely sharp. They are, and trust me, I understand one is sitting to my left, but the funny part about it, she's having to hear it as I talk about the other candidates as well. All 3 of them were extremely sharp, and I do believe that the 5 questions presented to the commission tonight would yield you responses that will assist in making a good decision for the city clerk's position. But if you do want to make any modifications, by all means, you have up until that night to make those modifications for the city clerk's position. So, Mayor Commission, that completes the manager's report, I think and believe.
Mr. Manager,
Yes.
is it gonna be is it gonna be like a points where we can mark for like the 1 out of 5, or like how are we gonna score the interviewing process?
You know, I do apologize, Vice Mayor. I did prepare a rubric. The rubric is not in here. So yes, it is a point system. There's a score, the scoring system, the scoring instructions are provided 1 to 5 for each of the questions in order for you to make that, to support you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, City Manager Campbell. Any additional questions from this commission for the City Manager report?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk.
Yes, thank you for your report, Mr. Manager. I just want to see if we could get an update on where we are with, I'll just say 11.
With 11, Mayor Commission, Commissioner Polk, in a virtual meeting with Florida Department of Transportation, your 11th Street from Virginia Lane to Terminus, crossing over MLK and going all the way down. I think that's second. Jarrell, thank you. You should see that agreement within the next 45 days on your desk in order for the project to continue moving forward. I'm saying continue moving forward because the engineers are already at 35% design, completion of the design for 11th Avenue. So within the next 45 to 60 days, you should have your agreement that solidifies the funding for Southwest and Northwest 11th for that project to move forward. And the award would be in place. The design is underway, but Mayor Commission, you would get the award letter and approve the acceptance of the award within that 60 to 90 days once you receive it based upon meeting schedule. Your clock begins, your 18-month clock would begin 3 months after that. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because now once we receive the agreement from DOT, we have to go into bidding and then awarding that bid, which could possibly take, now 90 days is aggressive, just being completely transparent, but it could be a 4-month process after the award, accepting the bid from DOT to getting a contract, drafting the bid, awarding the bid, and getting a contractor in place to begin the process of construction. Barring we don't have any holdups with water design or anything of that nature. But just within the next 60 days, hopefully we will have that agreement on your desk to accept the award from DOT. I know I gave a lot. I'm a little wordy tonight, you all. I'm loaded.
Any additional question?
Yeah, one more thing for the manager report. And since you wordy, you don't have to respond. I just want to make sure that we definitely give our attention to the reference to what Mr. Jackson brought to our attention tonight. So I'm leaving here with that on my heart. So I just want to put it on yours too. More emphasis. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Polk. In addition, questions for the report. Mr. Manager, I was at the conservative meeting about 2 months ago, and I talked to Stuart Stein. I talked to David Davis when he was there. And I expressed to him about what we're doing in reference to our streets in the city of South Bay and reconstructing our streets. Northwest 10th Street, that's the direction that the traffic was going in and out in reference to that particular area. Now, we're reconstructing that street, and I expressed to them that we're not going to allow the sod trucks, some of the same thing that Mr. Jackson is dealing with now. We're not going to allow those sod trucks to come on Northwest 10th Street and go down south, was that Southwest 1st? And I expressed to them there's a possibility they can talk to Mr. Spooner about that there, and they expressed to me that they would be talking to him about that. They would work with us in reference to that and work with the sugar company, trying to help him out as well, and making sure that he take his sod out in another direction instead of coming to the city of South Bay. We have supposed to have a conservative meeting next week, but we canceled that meeting. But I was definitely continuing to talk to Tony or either Stewart in reference to they're still having a conversation with Mr. Spooner in reference to his side. And I do have a big problem, and like we have said before, we're not going to allow those trucks to come in once we start reconstructing our streets in the city of South Bay, sir.
Thank you for that, Mayor. I can provide an update on that one as well. When that roadway, the design of that roadway does cause for traffic being completely halted at the end of First. So the ingress and egress that exists today won't exist during the construction and the completion of the project. So that's one avenue we are already taking through the design.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Poole is in conversations. He's having conversations with the sugar company, with those property owners, so we could develop a different access point prior to that. Because I did share with the commission, we want to be good neighbors. So I've already shared with Mr. Poole what's going to happen with that design. So he's having the conversations so he can have access to his site in the opposite direction.
All right, thank you, sir, and I do appreciate that, sir. All right, city attorney's report.
No report. Oh.
All right, thank you. Future agenda items? Here none. Before I move to the commission good for the commission comment for the good of the order,
Mr. Mayor, before you move with Sergeant Ortiz, I do need to go back to the Southwest Second statement. I am going to have that conversation, just so you all know, with the attorney regarding the cease and desist letter being drafted. So you asked, I wrote it down. I need to verbalize it to the general body. Yes, that conversation will take place with the city attorney for the drafting of the cease and desist letter, with the understanding of the traffic issue that's taking place and the non-compliance for the property owners, the Castaneda's family at the end. So we will do that part with, now it's me talking from the administrator's chair. Of course, when I talk with the attorney, it may, just from a legal perspective, she's smarter than I am in that space. So, but I do understand we will have the conversation in order to protect the city in the direction of the cease and desist, so they are aware while the water management district is doing what they are doing as well. So I just wanted to come back and share that with the commission.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. And Sergeant Ortiz.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening.
Manager, Commissioners, and public. We will continue enforcement on Southeast Second. We have been doing that for the last several weeks. There's been a total of 4 traffic citations issued, and enforcement will continue.
Okay.
I will speak to Mr. Jackson afterwards, and we'll be there.
Sergeant, I received a call the other day and I received a video as well. And on Southwest 4th Street, they stated to me that someone is going around pulling on car doors. They stated to me, they sent me the video of some, one of those cameras on their doors. They sent me the video there and they saying that this is constantly because what this person is doing now, he pull on the cars and go knocking on doors as well to see whether anyone is home or not. And I expressed to them, don't go answer the doors. You don't know who is knocking on your door there. But I will address that with you and maybe you can, have the deputies patrol that area a little bit more. And it's around about between 9 and 10 o'clock, either later. That's when they're doing this. And when the vast majority of people is going to bed, they're going around to their car doors and then plus knocking on their doors at their homes. But
I'll get with you after the meeting, get the exact address.
Okay.
But as I always tell the citizens, you've got to lock your car doors, lock the doors to your house. Always, because that's just a crime of opportunity. People will just come and try to see if the doors are open. If they are, easy peasy, they go in and take whatever you have there. You should always keep that in mind. We will have extra patrolling there. I'll get with you and get the exact address.
Thank you. And what he's saying about that, you notice a marquee just before you get to the bridge as you come into the city of South Bay. It's flashing out there about locking your doors on your cars, please.
And one additional thing, we're all tired here, but one additional thing. If you see anything, call 911. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're bothering somebody. That's what we're here for. That's what the deputies are here for. That's why you pay taxes. That's what the city pays, sheriff's office to be here to provide that service. Call 911 day or night, 24/7.
Thank you. The chief, you had to leave, sir?
She did.
All right, then. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sergeant. I do appreciate it, sir. Commissioner comment for the good order. Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to share with our residents. I attended Tallahassee with the mayor to advocate on the behalf of the residents. This last week, with the Florida League of City, and we was engaging in conversations with our legislators about property tax proposal, the transportation funding, and the importance of our local control, that we need to keep our local control. So it was a trip that another experience that I had endured. It was the second time that I was able to go up to Tallahassee and participate in the Legislative Action Day in Tallahassee. And with those conversations that we had with our legislators about the property tax and other bills, I'm also engaged in a weekly call with the Florida League of City, where we get updates every Monday on the legislation session. So just as they keep me or whoever else on that call updated, I will be sharing with our residents on the updates that are going on in Tallahassee. And I want to take this time out and thank everybody that's taking part in your local government. And I just want to let you know that I am going to remain committed to transparent, accountable leadership that will move this community forward in the best interest of our people that we serve. So tonight, thank you again for coming out, supporting your local government, and stay warm. Have a rest of enjoyment week and stay warm. And until next meeting, I'll see you. Good night.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner King. Commissioner Pope.
Certainly, Mr. Mayor, time is far spent, so I won't elucidate, but I love each and every one of you all. May you have a blessed night. I think we had a constructive meeting tonight, so thank you all. Thank my colleagues.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Pope. Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes, thank you all for coming out and participating in your local government. May God continue to bless you and your families. Please keep my family in your prayers as well. I lost one of my first cousins last night in Tampa. So please keep us in your prayers. Also, my mom, we had to rush her to the hospital this evening. Thank God she's back home now. Amen. So please just keep us in your prayers. Have a good night.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I did what the commissioner have said tonight. Thank you for being a part of what we discuss each and every month in reference to the commissioners here. And let's go back to something that Commissioner King stated about property taxes. You know, you have a lot of people talking about, yes, property taxes goes away. It's fantastic. I don't have to worry about paying property taxes. I don't have to worry about that. But when you stop paying property tax, it's good for you. But when it comes down to your city, that's where your problem starts at, within your cities. All the things that is taking place, all the programs that's taking place, you know, different things that's taking place in your city there, when that tax is not being paid, we lose those revenues. So we can't do the things that we're doing at this present time. So if you get a chance to go on the Florida Legal City website and then just look at that when they're talking about property taxes and find out what they really mean when they start talking about property taxes and find out what the effect it will have on your city if property taxes go away. So I'm saying that because that's something that really just talked about at this present time in Florida Legal Cities. So if you have a chance, please, and then that you'll be able to educate your residents as well. I had a young lady come into the office last week. She didn't know anything about property taxes. She said, Mayor, it's great because I want to build a home in the city of South Bay. I don't have to pay property taxes. I looked at her, I said, do you really know what effect that will have on your property taxes goes away? And I started educating her a little bit, and I told her, I gave her a handout in reference to Florida Legal City, read this, go on the website, talk to your friends about it, and see the effect that it will have on your city if the property tax goes away. So it's something for us to focus on. But tonight, I just want to say thank you all for having listening ears of what was said tonight. And let's continue to focus on our babies. Let's continue to do that there. And the reason I said that continue to focus on our baby, during the time when the fair was here in Palm Beach County, and Vice Mayor's son, when he stood there and received that scholarship and others received that scholarship, it made me feel real good. Future Farmers of America. And when you got young people that are doing these type of things, I know baby girl, she's involved in different stuff at Glaze School as well. She's done a fantastic job. And, you know, she looked real good when I see her on Facebook and what the thing that she's doing that to be so young. But let's stay active in our kids' life to continue to tell them that you love them, you cares about them, because the world have a lot of things to offer them. And the world has some positive things and negative things to offer them as well. But we keep trusting in God. We put our kids in God's hand, and He'll make a way for our kids. And let's continue to pray for each other. May God bless you and may God keep you. As you depart this city hall tonight, don't forget to lock your doors at your home. Protect your home, protect your families, because without families, we're nothing. When we show that love among our family members, or show the love among each other in this particular chamber, it makes a huge difference. And when people start sharing things about what is taking place in the city, don't get mad about it. Listen to what they're saying, because due to the fact, very serious about what they're talking about. Mr. Jackson, thank you for that night. I appreciate that, because I stopped in front of your home, parked the car, and walked out there and told them, you can't do this, can't do that. And think about it, when Marcus sent a letter to the city manager saying that he's going to stop the trucks from coming in there, but he lied to him, because trucks are still coming in. Could you see it? I want to thank you for bringing before the commission tonight. Vice Mayor, thank you for being here tonight, sir. I know you have your home here in houses in the city of South Bay as well, but thank you for being at our meetings, sir. City of Belgrade, you've done a fantastic job. I want to thank you. For each and every one of the residents here, staff, thank you for being here tonight. May God continue to bless you as well. At this present time, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Meeting is adjourned.